Okay. Oh, I just start, Tina? Okay. I thought that you were going to say something. So anyhow, so welcome to everyone. And it is just a pleasure that I just need to give a thank you for the Tina Ho, who is a dance mandala in Hong Kong, who has been running and teaching my dance or our dance in Hong Kong. It's been 2 years, 3 years. I don't remember, 4 years, 5 years, whatever. So I met the Tina long time ago. It's about 5 years in Hong Kong. So, and then she was being really dedicated, and she also visited in my temple here is two times actually. So, and also she was in Nepal when it was in Nepal that time also. So because
we met 8 years already.
How many years?
7 years. 2015 in Hong Kong.
Okay. It's been for a long time, so it's been. So I'm so happy that it's get together, and she's been teaching this, carry on to our lineage from the Hong Kong side. So I'm so happy that is happening. Actually, this was started from the Lian Hunt, one of my other students who was living in Hong Kong. So she's the one who started, and she connected to the Hong Kong Sangha, and then Tina and Elijah. There's also the Elijah who continues that tradition. So we just thank you for Tina. And before we start, let's take the pray for the Padmanabheswara, Lord of Dance and singing. So that's why we start with that. Ananda Sakti Parivarjita Mantra Garbham Tatvanurupa Nikhilarth Bidan Hetum Astanga Sadhana Kara Parameswara Cha Nate Swaram Sakala Siddhi Bara Namame Hum. Everybody's good. So Newer Buddhism, it's very, very ancient Buddhism, and it's not known in outside the world. It's only in Nepal with limited people, which has been connected to the Newer Buddhism. And if you count in the people, it's not that much. You can not see in that much in the world. But in Nepal is a country. It's just like an amazing place where it's been there for thousands and thousands of years. In Kathmandu Valley, where I grew up, all my life is there. I moved when I was in the 30s in America. So in Nepal, it's just amazing that the historical movements in the Buddhism, but it's been kept a secret. So nobody talk, nobody say anything, because our country has been ruled by the Ranas and other with the kind of like the dictator. You cannot say anything. If you say something about the Buddhism, they will maybe keep you in the jails or take you away. They usually do that back in the old days. They call that, they kick out from the country. So it's just they take you into the car, they just drop you from the border of the somewhere else, and then you're not allowed to come back. So that's our country. So, but whatever we have, that is, it has been hidden in the thousands years. And then 1,000 years, if you follow the histories about the Newer Buddhist traditions, like we have 7 Buddhas, like the first Buddha came, second Buddha came, then Sakyamuni Buddha. It was already born in there. And if you look into the history, like a lot of people doesn't understanding that part of the history, like why the Kathmandu Valley is so important. And there's lots of, in Nepal, we don't have that much evidence, like a written paper there. But also the other part is in their tradition, they done, back in old days, if you are master, then they don't need to write anything there. They never write anything. And the other part, the history show that way, when the Ashoka from the empire, from the India, when he kills thousands and thousands of people, he take a refuge after that. He doesn't want to kill anyone. So he came to Kathmandu, that's already in the 3rd century. And he did the pilgrimage in the Kathmandu Valley. And wherever the master is there, he take a homage and offer the stupa in a valley. And we have the Ashoka stupa is known as Ashoka stupa. And that stupa is everywhere in the Kathmandu Valley. So other side, in the Kathmandu Valley, it's been not known, but before the 12th century. So in a sad history in the world about the Buddhisms, it's the 12th century, it's a darkness times of the Buddhisms in Nepal, India, and other places. But Tibet is somehow, it's safe because it's so isolated area. People never think about the concrete there that period of time. But in Kathmandu Valley, in other place, which is close to Indonesia, what we call Burma, it's lots of other Asian countries with even Pakistan, Kyrgyzstan, those places, it's been taken over by the other religions and then became a minority on the Buddhist side. So that's why in Nepal is whenever they take over, even the underground, they still practice the Buddhist practice. And that's what we survive. Now we have these traditions, which is carried on to the dance tradition. It's not long ago. It's 1957 when the World Buddhist Conference happened in the Kathmandu Valley. And that's the one dance came out that period of time. And then after that, still that people used to blame. If you do any Charya dance, it's always blame. Even in my father's time, my father passed away about 21 years before. And when the fathers try to make it this dance happens, and then he was being blamed. And he has published 2-3 books on Charya dance, and called the Buddhist ritual dance of Nepal. And the other 2 is the Chacha Muna, with the collections of the Chacha, which he's been collecting his own collections, which is written in a manuscript. Now it's published into the Devanagari. And that Charya text, Charya book, have about 657, 56 Charya is in there. And so you can see that ways, that's only my father's collections. And there's thousands of Charya. Now my brother's collectings, with he been collected about 1,500 Charyas. So those Charyas been practicing back in the Kathmandu Valley is thousands of years. It's been practicing. And then other part, which is this Charya dance is not just you just meditate in the seat. It's just consciously it help you to health-wise and body, speech, and mind. It just help you to grow your mind, help you to grow your understanding in the body. And then they usually say in the Charya text, without singing and dancing, there's no way to liberations. Here in the Hebajra Tantra, that was really expressing with the Hebajra Tantra. If you don't sing in a dance, there's no way to liberation. And the concept in this here, singing means the reciting the mantra. Singing means the chantings and prayings, or whatever you do with your devotional, with your fully understandings. And then dance, it is become as the meditative movement. Every movement, in the mornings, you wake up in a tea and making coffee. There's the movements there. Any until you wake and doing movement. If you keep the movement and complete awareness, that they call the dance. So every little part in your bodies and minds, we working with the consciously, and then it's in there with you sings, with the mantras, with the chantings and the prayings, everything is like the vibrating energy and the generating energy. So that's where you can liberations can be happen. So that's why in this Charya dance, we have thousands of Charya dance. Those are composed by those masters. According to the collections of my father's book, and he also even wrote that is, there are 75 master had been written about 1500 Charya. And so that is doesn't count in the Mahasiddha, which is 84 Mahasiddhas in India. And according to them, they also say that this dance is like originated now in the present day because all the texts been taken to the India, all the manuscript been taken to the India. 1957, there is the Hari Prasad Sastri. He was the British, hired by the British. And then back in that period of times in the Kathmandu Valley, it's run by the Ranas. Ranas is like the really dictator. They're not allowed to public to the read and write. They're not allowed to speak freely. They're not allowed to do anything with the public. And they also rape every young girls, and they see, they kidnap, they give them money, they rape. So that period of times, and then they didn't care about the Buddhist histories and Buddhist anything. So somehow with the British sent this messenger, Hari Prasad Sastri, in 1907, and took lots of books, like a 3 date in the history, so that it's a 3 truck is being taken to the India. And then every text is some of the texts is in Charya Para, Charya Giti Kosa, Joha Kosa. Those are the texts from the Kathmandu Valley. And then they took it to the there, and the language, I mean, it is written in the 8th centuries and 9th century text. Language is very different. And those people try to come and try to understand that language. They couldn't possible to talk to anybody in the Kathmandu Valley. And they made it their own, like, oh, this is mixed with the old Hindi. Oh, this is mixed with the old Bengali. And especially in the Bengal, they also have this tradition in India as well. But they claimed, because the book is already written in India in the 1916s. And in 1916, there's a book on Charya Pada, Charya Giti. They already published it in India. So all the scholars in the world, they like, wow, this book is already there. They claim already. And then in Nepal, which my father's book only written so far, and that was written in the Newar language. And then also that is given freely for the only community, because that period of time, you're not allowed to publish this thing. It's just given to the only Vajracharyas who is connected to this field. So now it's a worldwide, in the academic way, they always say that this all come from India. But in the history, that text is from Nepal. They taken from Nepal, they published in India, and it became that Indians. But they also have lots of dohas. Doha is very much similar to the Charya. And also those dohas, it's all the enlightened master, which is great yogis, Mahayogis, or the Siddhas, Mahasiddhas, has written many things, and they used to sing and sing, and also that's why they get the more concentration, the more awareness in their body. So is there too. And my father tried to compare that as like who is the who, where is who come from, and what are we using in the present day in the Kathmandu Valley. And then he found that is in the Kathmandu Valley, which is using in that part, which is the Mahasiddha, well, some of them we use, but not all of them we use. And so we have more Mahasiddha than they have. So it's great. And then other part, which is like from India to go to the Tibet, lots of book, and the Tibetans translated into their own language. Even they translate into the Newar, like a Newar master, they make into the Vajracharya, it became like a Dorje. And then a lot of people in Tibet, they call it, it's written by the Dorje. That could be Vajracharya. So, but we haven't, in Nepal part, we haven't researched on this deeply, who is who. And then recently there's a couple of texts that came out, like there's some are like with that Maitripa, it's also the Newa Vajracharya. He went to Tibet and teach, and many back in the old days, they go to the Nalanda in the 12th century, before 12th century. They've been teaching there for a long period of time. Those are the Newa master, and those master is not known in the present day because the Nepal side or Nepali people never did research done by the Indian, done by the other scholar, but already published this book. So they based on that book, they claims in there. So my way of saying, I don't know, it's a history can be moved into different directions. Also, history can be written based on that who is a leader. That's a history. History only can write those people who is a leader. So may not become truly history is being written. But what we have in the present day, and then what I learned from my fathers, and what I see in the Kathmandu Valley, still vibrant, like a still powerful, still practicing this Charya dance to help to generate, to make it happy, to make it joy, make it liberation, all in there. And every, even like the annual rituals and any occasions, and they have to sing and dance. So if you don't sing and dance, there's no way you can be Vajracharya. And then I was a funny story that last couple of years before I was in Nepal, one of my students wanted to interview the old people, why Charya dance you will do in a Charya dance. That period of time he was in 80 years, and he was a Charya master in the Kathmandu Valley. And why are you learning the Charya dance in the young age? Like my father did the young age when he was 8 years, he's already doing the rituals. And he also learned the Charya dance when he was beginning as 12 years, he's already performing the Charya dance. And then so we asking the question, what make you Charya dance to study? And then he was like a funny way of giving answer. So if you need to sort of talent, if there's no much other things to do you have some talent, you have some skills in the body or skills. So if you sow that way, you don't know how to sing. If you do know how to dance, then you are capable to marry. Like they always ask, like, if you marry somebody, you want to know that is who is person, what it does, So it's so your talent with performing as a Charya dance. So that's why Charya dance is being, it's so powerful and so talent. If you only talented people done, and this is like in other part, this is like a spiritual path, and you're moving with the spiritual path. And if someone seeking and looking for the spiritual path, this is the way to move on in a Charya dance. And Charya dance have everything in the planet, what you needed for the life to be in a living happily, life to me living in a joyful way, life to me making in a skillful way. This every little part in a Charya dance is so that way they are in the Charya dance. They have all Charya dance is been so that way, like how you can develop your skills. And there's some of the Charya dance, which is all about the nerve systems. Like they talk about the chakras with the 62 petals and the 32 petals in the ears, in the nerves, in the move, every Charya dance. That's why learning about the Charya dance is like not this lifetime. You cannot complete with this lifetime. I've been spending my Charya dance in my Charya career almost 44 years. In Charya career, I still feel like I still doesn't know lots of things. There's so vast. Even like the melody, they talk about in the Charya dance, they have 20, how many different melodies there? it's like, okay, there's 80 melodies and 42 different melodies they found in the written, like if they write a Charya dance, they have 42 different melodies and then 18 different rhythms in a Charya dance. And those rhythms means we discover about like 10 of them here. And then singing about, we already discover like the more 25 or 30 singing. That's what we do here. But all of them, I don't know, we don't know, or anyone knows in the present day. So that's happening in the, but also the other part, because it's disappearing because next, new generations like, oh, when I growing up with this dance, like, why are you learning this dance? What are you going to do with this dance? I mean, there's no way to use anywhere. So I have to hide in the schools when I'm learning this dance. Nobody knows, and suddenly I have the invitation came to my institute when I was dancing. My father established the institute, which is called Kala Mandapa. And then we got invitations to go to Hong Kong. They call the 11 Asian Festival in Hong Kong. That was in the 86. And then I was like only ninth grade or 10th grade. So I got invited, my institute. So I fly there. Everybody's like, wow, what are you doing in this Charya dance? What then everybody's just curious. And then now and then people just want me to perform their schools and perform their different place. And then everybody, wow, this Charya dance can be performed in a world stage. Everybody is excited. Then after that, I got an opportunity to travel many, many different countries and many, many worlds because of this Charya, because nobody does it. Then every young generation is being motivated to learn this dance in the Kathmandu Valley. Now it's everywhere. Every school, you have to learn the Charya dance. Every college, you have to have a Charya dance. Also, Charya dance, we made it to the classical dance of Nepal. So only classical dance in Nepal, if you look into the entire Nepal, this is the only one dance. It is, without this Charya dance, you not become a dancer. You can be, it's like a modern dance, any dance, but if you don't know Charya dance, it doesn't consider. That's the powers of the Charya in the present day in Kathmandu Valley. So that's why this Charya dance is, even like a few people does in a planet, but it doesn't know that much in the world. So it's really good to have that ways, it's give you like especially Dharma practitioner. I mean, this is like an incredible way of you can enter to the Dharma so easy. And then not only like if you read about a book about green taras and white taras and Vajra Yogini, it's a text after text after text, it's just a piling of the text. But in Charya dance, within 10 minutes, basically 10-minute dance, it's have every little things. It's not only like an intellectually braided, you embody, you become that part of that. So you can really into your body and making transformations happening. That's why this dance, that's what it's power of this dance is like an awakenings inner part of the body is easy, you can make it. Only need that every moment have a meaning in there. Everybody's gesture have a meaning in there. So if you know the meaning and then apply into your minds and the body, and it's what arise, the truly arise, and it feels with that to truly arise and share it to other people. And that is about this dance. So in this dance, we don't, normally I say that you don't copy, you copy like me copying other cover. But the way of saying what I say, that means like in every gesture, you have to understanding the meaning, and the meaning apply into the body and what arise. Even like if you need to talk about the tea and the coffee, like if I ask that, what is the coffee for you? And you will, everybody had a coffee, everybody have a tea. So if you ask everybody, it's many different answers and many different ways it comes. So everybody have a different way of bodily understanding that and interpretations in the body. So that's why in this dance traditions, it's your bodies, your mind, you take what that the word, the vibrations, and take that word and make it meaningful for inside. That means like whatever you want, you can do it. That doesn't mean that way. There is a rules and the regulations is there. There is timings, and there is feet work, there is the foundation in there. So if you hold onto that foundations and make it this foundations to move, and within that foundation, and then it's make the transformation happen. That's why this dance, it's have lots of in the beginning it will be challenging for this dance to learn, because they first of all the word is in a Sanskrit, and then not only Sanskrit, the word is there. You learn from the hands and feet, and all coordinations. You need to be making coordinations, and not only coordination. You have a head and the heads and the eyes and bodies. Everything's have to be coordinations. So coordinations, it will be take a little longer. And then, within that, then the vibrations, the word with the Sanskrit, with completely new vocabulary for you. So it's also not only vocabulary you're learning, it's have a melody in there. So it take a time. And then once you get one dance, if it's done in a particularly and proper way, then every dance you can easily do. So that's why make you so easy. So only one dance, you just need to dedicate it, like give it time, give it effort, give it energy, and make it that right, correctly, and then it's make you easy in the other side. So that's the Charya dance. I'm going to share some of my slide for you to just to understanding what it look like. All the dance is here. So Charya talk, basically, that's I call. So Charya, traditions come from those master. We have they call the 4 pillars of the Vajracharya, which in the Kathmandu Valley, which is this Sasuta Vajra. He was still alive in the Kathmandu Valley. That's considered. And then also the Manju Vajra, who also brought that it's a gigantic spiritual temple in the Kathmandu Valley. So, and then Sruta Vajra, it's in the Swayambhu. If you know where it's I don't know, if you've been to Nepal, you've definitely been there. It's inside the cave. He's still in a deep meditation. He's been there for thousands of years. He's still alive. That's people still believe that way, because it's make you believe that way that one of the kings, our Pratap Malla, is the kings. We have a drought in 1 year. It doesn't get a rain in Kathmandu Valley. And then Tantric master said that we have to go to see these things, he can help you. So in the Tantric master, everybody like who able to go? Only the kings of the Nepal or kings of the countries which is the highest position can go. So he literally went and then meet with this guy who's been sitting in 1,000 years, and they gave you to the mandalas of they call the Naga mandala, which is written with the 9 different serpents, nagas, and then they saw in the little sky, and then immediately rain, immediately change. And then the king desired to go again, because he's just craving, wow, this master, I will solve my problems, my thing. Then he go back again and he died. He can do it. So then it's in a stone sculpture, still written there 300 years before. This kings went and this happened, and that's why now nobody goes so far in that room. So only Vajracharya, twice a year, we have a ceremony that we go and we meditate there. And there's also the Sruta Vajra. Sruta Vajra went to the Tibet, and he did the amazing transformations. He did lots of teachings, and then somehow they tried to reduce his power, and then he fly away. They also call that a Jai Bansali song, which means that he sat in the cloth with his scarf, and he sang Jai Bansali song. That will be my next performance. So Josh is ready to sing for me. So that's my next performance. So he sang that song and he flew from the Tibet and come back to Kathmandu. And then also the Lilabhadra also considered the 3rd century. He is the one who built the Kathmandu Valley, which called the Kastamandava. Behind that, it's known as the one single tree. It's built that the whole entire temple, and that's why Kasta Mandapa. Kasta means the wood, Mandap means a circle, or Mandap means mandala. So named after that hymn, it became a Kathmandu. That's also considered in the Kathmandu Valley. And then we have 18 biharas in the Kathmandu Valley, and this is my bihara in the next one, which is called Mantra Siddhi Mahabihara, which has been built in the 2200 years before. So 2200 years before. And then we have in the Kathmandu Valley, there's 18 Mahabiharas in the Kathmandu Valley. So people used to come and study in a different part of the world. And then it's also called that Kathmandu Valley is a melting pot. Anybody's come there, it's like America. People come from different parts, they speak the language, and then you became part of them. So anyone can be Vajracharya in that period of time. So people come and practice and they got the initiations, and then you became a Vajracharya and you carry on. So this Bihara is considered as 2200 years old. It's called Mantra Siddhi. Mantra, you get a Siddhi, which is the austere, what do you call that as powers, transformation. That's my Bihara. And that's Bihara in the old days, when I growing up, that's where we play, that's the whole courtyard. I grew up there in this Bihara. But now it's completely different. It doesn't look anything like this anymore. I should have a pictures. Let me have a picture somewhere else. So be good too. So this is Bihara, which is not known. And then it's also when he calls my initiations, this pictures. I want to show this picture. This picture for me. So this is my sibling. I have 5 brothers. I'm a baby in that picture. So then, like became a Vajracharya, they have give you the initiations, and then you authorized to give. So I got in authorizations back in when I was 1 year. So and then the process of the initiation, there's a whole master, they pouring with the milk and waters and top of the head. That's where they initiation. But I can give a talk a lot more about, but I'm just going to show you just to see what it looked like to become a Vajracharya. It's a long process with the fire rituals. You perform yourself. The master guide you and then perform yourself as the fire ritual. That's what they do. And then my lineage has come from this. This is my dad and my brothers. My brothers also does the rituals, and he have to perform every corners. In a part of the initiation, part of the ceremony. So he was doing in the street, in every corner street. That's my brothers, my oldest brothers, and my dad, about dancing and teaching dance stuff. That's my dad. And so idea about this dance is come from the Padmanateshwara, Lord of singing and dancing. This is we invoke, this is we practice, this is we initiated, this is we move on with this. We call Padmanateshwara, Lord of dance and singing. And this middle statues we have here. Then other painting is my brother's painting. So one of my brothers, my 2 brothers are the Tanka painter as well. And so Charya, when you come to the Charya, those are the instruments we use in the Charya dance. But raw vice, the Charya dance, it's we call Panchatala. Before the Charya, before the dance start in the history, when the ragas been played, and then those instruments with the 3-headed drums and the trumpet and also trusha and the bush and also the tinchu have to be played. That's the part of the traditions, which still in Nepal they do. Which you need to have a Panchatala group who play the Panchatalas. And then I'm going to show this way, like a Charya dance is like every little part with why is that so? Every little thing you look at it, they always have in the 3 bhangas. 3 bhanga means always where the hip is, there's a head is. They make it that way, so it's change, it's generate the chi inside the body, awakening the chi. It's such a luxury, such a ease, such a happy way you can have that pose. If you stand, straight, this doesn't, it's like a not good manner. So in one side, but other side, like when you have a Tribhanga, it just make you feel comfort. So that is the Charya dance. It is about every movement. It's in the Tribhanga. So every statues and the paintings and sculptures and no matter what's deities and wrathful deities and everything, they always is in the Tribhanga. So that's the importance of the Charya dance. Is in the Tribhanga. So and so that's all the, this is the two paintings my friend did it. He just passed away. So and if you see the sculptures in the different part, you will see like the Tribhangas in every corners. And then also the important parts of the Charya dance is also the you done like the forces without anything. It's like a five Buddha nature. It's what is there, that is there. You don't force to do anything. So idea in a Charya dance, it's connected to also the historically when you come to the mudra history. Sakyamuni Buddha is the first introductions to the mudra. And if you look into the history behind the mudra, the first mudra, as soon as we come to the world, that's the mudra came. We screams and we cries, and that's because Buddha thought about like the life is a suffering. So every life is a suffering. As soon as we come to the world, we are in a suffering world. And then there is a way to understanding suffering. There is a way to transforming suffering. There is a way to cut to the suffering. So that's the idea. And five Buddhas, like every little things, it's the meanings they try to give. If you want to be a liberations, if you want to be awakenings, and this five Buddhas it is a key point to see what you need to do. So first things is to come with like the Vairochana Buddha. And if you see in the Vairochana Buddha below, they have a lion in there. So who you are, be like lions. You come to the world. You come for the world. You are your own. Once you get to 18 years old, you are your own. Be like a king. Be like the kings of the jungle. You are your own kingdoms with you. Whatever you wanted, you can get it. If you want to study, you can get it. You want to get but it's times and effort. You need to keep it there. So if you use, it's like the line yourself and keeping time, not in here, not talking about the killings and other taking other people's life. We're just thinking like the essence of the king, like the lion is like is being a king. So that is, and then second Buddha comes with the Ratna Sambhava, horse. No, first come with the Achyabhi Buddha, with the blue Buddha. Blue Buddha will have an elephant. Elephant is like okay, life is like a try to get in the kingdom, but it's a little scary. It will be fear. It will be who knows what will be happening. So take away that fear. If you have awareness, you could create it that way. Get away from fearness. That will be transformation happening. So elephant is like show you that to get away. Your destinations make you clear where you want to go. Go straight and don't fool around. Don't be fear with anything. So as the human bodies, we have always like, okay, I'm trying to do business. I'm trying to get this job. I don't know I like it or not like it. Oh, I'm trying to do business. I don't know, just like undoubtedness and confused, that's all come from the fear. If you are the strong energy, move forward, your destination is clear in the mind, and move forward, you will be success in the path. Then come with the horse, with the Ratna Sambhava. So Ratna is like, if you are, it's horses run fast, and standing is for the sleeping. So the idea is like, if you need to move forward, you have to move forward, do continuously. And like, I'm tired today, I'm going to, don't think that way is in the mind. Once you start to thinking that is the mind, your body will be collapsed. So mind is so strong, mind is so powerful. So if you can get that in the mind and move forward, its transformation will be happening. So that's why when you are, whatever your intention, whatever you're doing, keep move forward and it continues. Be like a horse. That's what is so in the horse. And then it's called the Amitabha Buddha with the peacock, with the red Buddha with the peacock. So idea is a peacock is like a, when you move forward, they always have so many obstacles around you. Always like your parent will say that, oh, what you doing when you're crazy? Don't do it. Oh, what are you doing? I mean, if like lots of obstacles will come there. So you have to be like the peacock. So you can take any kind of, even like give you the poisons as the obstacle, or you can take the poison snakes and making that a beautiful feather. So idea in here is there is in the life like that. When you think about my life, I mean, so many different obstacles, so many different like the people saying that the bad things and the good things and like crazy things, like, oh, now is people say that I'm making lots of money in America because I built a temple. People have many different way of obstacles to make it this happen. I have nothing to do, what they say. But people just say it for you. Oh, you're doing the Charya dance. And then back in my old days in a Kathmandu Valley, when I was started dancing that way, oh, this person is always selling the sacred art. And, so obstacle is always there. And not only that, like people will be shouted to you, people will be make you anger for you, people make you crazy things for you. So you can just mind can be go in a different direction. So idea is to take it that all everything and making the transformations. Then, if you can do it as a pickup, then it's making the transformation happen. And then the other one with the green Buddha, with the Amogasiddhi, with the Garuda. Garuda is a mystic animal, which is a bird, basically. So you can see from far away, you can smell from far away, you can see from far away. So when you are really meditating, very conscious mind, that which in a tradition we call that pranidhi, with the visions. So you have to have a clear visions, and if you're making a clear vision, you can see that way within this 20 years who I am will be. If you make it work with the visions and see in a vision and it smells in far away, and that's making transformations happen. And this one is applied into the every sentient beings, basically. If you follow it that way, it's work for that everyone. If you need to get a success, you have to be, the strong and powerful like the elephant, like the lions. Then whatever you do that way, you have to be without fear, without making obstacle. Destinations, your path is need to be clear. Where that tiger comes to bite you or jump you, just your destinations make them clear. And once you get in the destinations, it's clear that continues with that pathway. So move forward with the pathway. And then in the pathways, maybe many obstacles will come to you, but obstacle can make the transformations. And then if you have a more clear visions, then your more pathway will be move forward and it's make a transformation happening. And so that's the order in the one side. So 5 Buddhas came with this, whatever that nature in the 5 colors, it's everything's in the 5 colors. If you have 5 colors, any colors you wanted to make it in the planet, you can blend it into within 5 colors. And then also the part of the mudra, which is like a second Buddha's, first started with the Dhyani mudra, which is basically meditation mudra. And then he have a they call in the history, it's like a first mudra, it's like the second Buddha is come from the Dhyani mudra. And meantime, while he was meditating, someone just come to chop you, like a Maras came there. Oh, Buddha, get up and stand, go away from here. And somehow some sounds come to you. And then I will chop your head if you don't go away. And I go, wow. And Buddha's like, I've been sitting for too long here. I don't know who I am and where I am. He's just like, well, okay, yeah. If you chop, yeah, this is me. So he just touched the ground. The earth touching Buddha comes after that. And then he touched the ground like, this is me. This earth is me. So, and then everything's go away. So he became as the earth. That's in the history. And then when he get to become as the earth, then he was, first thing he teach with this mudra, Dharma Chakra mudra. In old mudra will be like this. I don't know, you can see the small icon, but you may not see, but I'll show you later on. So, but now it's this one, and the Dharma Chakra, wheel of life. So he teaches that one. And then he was like a walk around, he was always using a blessing mudra, which is like a Amoghasiddhi, because everybody's been suffering. And then he used to the giving infinite way, which Dr. Sambhava is like Elo Buddha. He was giving this way. So history is started from the, the mudra. Mudra, you don't make it. It's naturally, it just arises in the Buddha nature. If the times and the space, what they needed, it just arises. In other side, like those are the 5 Buddhas, man. They make it that way. Okay, once you have a crowns of the 5 Buddhas, once you see the stupa, they all blended in the same concept. So those are built to give the wisdom. There's a build to make it that knowledge to share everybody's. So that's why they have in the crowns, have in the body, have in the scene and outside. This is all the wisdoms they created in 1,000 years. And the other part with the 5 Buddhas also, there's a particular directions. It's a compass, like a way, which direction you're going. Never be the mistake. So that's also the other part with that. So we do the dance with the 5 Buddhas. That's my students from the Kathmandu Valley. And then the top one, which is also the Charya, which is they wear the traditional dress and they wear the 5 Buddha crowns. Elo Buddha, it's my brothers. My oldest brothers is an Elo Buddha in that photos. So, and Buddha concept that, always stay in that directions. They never be mistake. And that means like the truthness in this planet. There is no way to get a mistake. There's always be truth. The reality is never be mistake. So that's what it's so. And so they have crowns, and they have many different crowns, and the mandala is being drawn. So same concept is the same way. Meditative way, if you see these things, it's make you share that as it is have a wisdom in it. So, and when you come to the 5 Buddhas, it's each Buddhas, you will see that way. In the Green Tara, something, then if you go to a little bit esoteric traditions, then it's became all the Buddha have a yabyun. Yabyun means the concert. They usually have a concert. We dance about the Amoghasiddhi. We dance about the lot of concert. It's come in the inner part of the body. And we do dance with the lots of green taras and white taras and the 5 taras, all different dance we do. And so the concept of the dance is like how the statues, how the painting, it's your body will be same. We dress up as the same. So we don't make it that. So we have many different dance in a dance. So Vajrasattva dance, we dress up, we act, we keep in the same energy and move forward with dance. This is the Vajrasattva dance. This is the Manjusri dance. This is the Annapurna dance. This is the Vajrayogini dance. So I'm just, and then in Hong Kong, the Tina Ho did many dance. We have been to Hong Kong in the Tina Ho, and studied for 7 years. She has been studies almost 17, 18 dance. So that's what she did. And there's a whole, this is a Hong Kong Sangha, Eliza and
Seldom.
yes, Sultan. And this is in the my Sangha in Nepal, which is a Yogini Mandala. We do dance, Mahakalas. So I just want to show you that's different dance in a different interpretation, different things happening. So yeah. So this picture has been drawn because I was dancing this picture, and then someone, the new artist in the Samudraman, he drew this painting like a Vajra is there. It's more like a contemporary way because he's basically copying my pictures, that this picture is there. So it's a Vajrapani. And then so we have this is also the Tina with the lion face Dakini. And we have a Ganesh dance, multiple armed Ganesh dance, Mayan Zala, up to Samsara dance. We have many dance, I try to say. Hebazra dance, Hebazra Nairatma dance, Yabun dance with the Chakra Samra Vajrapani. So we have all different, and then Hong Kong Sangha is doing the offering dance, offering goddesses, and the teachings, and they do also perform this dance. And then the offering dance means like that you have an instrument you hold in a colorful, joyful, happy way, offerings into the offering dance. So, and this is also Hong Kong Sangha, which is dedicated to practice and performing with us to the Hong Kong Sangha. So that's all I'm going to say today. And let's see this one. Okay, now I'm open for a question answer before we do. So the other things. If you have any question answer or questions, then we can move to the 16 offerings and refuge and 16 offerings. So. Okay, nobody have questions? Okay, that's okay. Okay.
I have a question.
Lumbini, in Nepal, in the south, north south of Nepal. Okay.
Virtual, when we are invoking the five colors in terms of Buddha, how is it different from calling the Dakini in the 5 colors versus the Buddha in the 5 colors?
Yeah,
and 5 directions.
Every Dakini is coming from the Buddha nature. So each Dakini is also connected to the Buddha nature. So whatever the color is, the same Buddha nature they come from. So it's basically same. But Dakini have a more dynamic and powerful energy. But the concept of their to work, how they, if you look into the 5 Dakinis, like it's also the 5 Dakinis have a certain thing. It's very much into the Buddha, the 5 Buddhas, same way the 5 Buddhas they dance. So if they write like if you say that like a Ratna Dakini, if you need to write, and then among that the Ratna Sambhava they usually keep on the top. So but when you individually, if you create a mandala, they always come with the Buddha nature. And mostly like the Dakini is with the red color, so they always keep the red Buddha with the Amitabha Buddhas on top. So they show that it's a family, connected to families. Yes.
For sure. I remember someone asked you whether Shakyamuni Buddha did the Charya dance.
Well, I mean, if you look into the history, I mean, what he done, what he's not done, we don't know. He talked about 84,000 sutras and 84,000 things he did it for a benefit for all sentient beings. Idea with the whole entire, the Shakyamuni Buddha's intentions to help whatever people are, and that's why he get a success. So this must be done, but it's not known because who knows? So far, I don't know, who knows 84,000 sutras? We don't have that 84,000 sutras. And history been written that way. It's in Sravakayana traditions with the Theravada traditions and the Mahayana tradition and Tantrayana, which is not what's written, but the Tantrayana is as soon as in the 7th century, the Mahasiddha come, but before we have so many tantras, it's written there, and they also come from the Buddha nature. And they are a little bit wild, and then they move into different directions, and they creating so many things. But if they don't have any concept in the Buddha nature, so they not be creating this. So in that sense, I mean, what Buddha did it, what Buddha not did it, it doesn't have but 84,000 sutras. We don't have that 84,000 sutras. Like every moment, he will say someone doing a dancing, hey, this is great, wonderful. I mean, that was the Buddha nature. So Bodhisattva's bow is like you don't questioning other people's what they're doing. So this is also the tradition which is before the Buddha. When you think about the Nepal mandala is like before the Buddha, this tradition is already exists. So in that sense, like Buddha came like, wow, you do, Buddha said, yes, great. I don't think so Buddha like, you don't do the dance, I mean, but now it's like in the present day, people are making distinction, making separations to the Buddha's teaching. So Theravada traditions, they are Theravada or Sravakyan tradition, they prohibit singing and dancing. But they do the chanting with the Paritana chanting, the other chanting, but they didn't call that singing. So, and then, there's in a Tibetan sect, which is like there's a four different sects with the Sakya, Gelupa, and Nyingmapa, other things. In a Buddhist itself, like a Vajrayana, Mahayana, and Theravada, and then on top of that, within Vajrayana, there Mantrayana, Sahajayana, they all different things come in a pathway. So, in my sense, is we don't questioning so with the Buddha, why don't Buddha did the dance? He must be did it. He always in a barefoot and walk in a barefoot and he enjoy with the nature all the time. So, yeah.
May I have one question more? That is the first question I asked you 7 years ago. And that is in Nara Buddhism, since there are so many deities, somewhat like many Hindu gods, even they are joined in the Buddhism also. So what is the difference between Hinduism and Buddhism? To you, what you know?
It's lots of difference. First of all, principle is a difference in Buddhism and Hinduism. Buddhism is about emptiness. Buddhism is about the awareness and conscious, like that you have to keep the efforts and times, and then it is your time, so you are Buddha. But Hinduism, like no, there's a creator. Everything's created by the Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. There's a creator, there's a user, there's a destroyer. So those are the peoples in their traditions. They highly respect, highly honor. So they belong to them. They only pray. They're more in the bhakti yoga. It's a bhakti devotional they will do. But the Buddhisms, no, it's your effort and times and make it awareness which in your body. Because someone not just come to you if you don't keep your times and effort. And the deities part, like we have so much mix up in Nepal because of we've been running the countries with the Hindus almost how many 100 years from the 12th century to the present day. So 12th century to present day, almost like the 800s, 900 years, they have Hindu kingdoms in Kathmandu Valley. And then they just manipulate whatever right now we have a little freedom, but back in the old days, we don't have a freedom. So whenever you are a Buddhist, they're turning to converting into the Hindus. They want to make it Hindu. If you don't say I'm a Hindu, you'd not be living in Kathmandu Valley, So in that sense, like it's look like a mix-up, but when you come to truly, they have a big battles in the Hindus and Buddhists back in old days too. So you have to know the battle is happened okay, Hindus, who is the biggest, who is powerful, he's a two. And then, Hindus like, oh, we are proud, we have Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. And the Buddhism like, look, your Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara is under my feet. So I defeated in there. So they stamping basically Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara in the Chakra Samara, Kala Chakra Tantras. They literally talk about it's under there. So, and then they will say look, they are not bigger than they are just saying, we are the biggest peoples. So forget about that part. So in this, look like a lot of battles is happening in there, and Buddhist way of going is in their own way, Hindu's way is going in their own way. But there's not such a things there in the religious way. I mean, every religious, it's great for me, and they have lots of wisdoms there. But the wisdom, if you can take that wisdom rather than manipulations, like hey, if you don't go to this tradition, you go to the hell room. They make you hell room. Not like you become hell room. They make you hell room. They take away your job. They will take away everything, and now you in the hell rooms. But in Buddhism, it's never be that way. Always, like every Buddhist teachings is to the present day, like it's taught in 3,500 years before, it's still in the present day. No one can say any comment on the Buddhist teachings. Everything's like the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path and the six realms of the life and the 12 independent originations and every little things. It's truly expressions. Truly, if you need to be real human beings, that's what Buddhism is the key to become a real human being with so the compassion, kindness, and loves and joys and happy. So that's I can say. Okay, so we're going to do the 16 offerings and dedication of we call. In the Newer Buddhist studies, also the really important. So it's not like a library you need to do too many times with the protestations and too many times. If your mind is clear and making your dedication is clear, you already enter to the Buddha Dharma. You're taking refuge to the Buddha Dharma. So, but in the refuge to taking a Buddha Dharma, it's like I take a refuge to the Buddha. Buddha means Buddha means the Sanskrit word. It means vast awakening. I take you to refuge to the Dhamma. It's the truthness. So everything's in the natures and reality. It's a truth. You can mix around like the climate and the other thing. It's a truthness. And I take a refuge to the Sangha. Sangha means the community because of that Sangha, you are growing, you are generating, you are creating the harmony, love, and kindness. It's making that. So that's why taking a refuge means I'm taking the refuge to the whoever around with me, or wherever my Sangha, wherever my mandala. I just love and compassion and kindness to them. And then Dharma is like I'm taking the refuge to Dharma. I want to be truthness. I want to be back to go to the truthness. I take a refuge to the truth, what arises. And then Sangha means I want to be aware, Buddha means I want to be awareness in every part, so I can be enlightened. I can be awakenings, so I can liberate my bodies. So that's about the Buddha, taking a refuge in the Buddha Dharma Sangha. So it's a very simple way. So let's do, and then we're going to get up and doing, and then we're going to move to the. So we just cleansing all the negative thought, negative mind, negative concept, negative feeling, whatever you have, you blend in the, gone all. And you turn the head, you raise new energy and enter the new energy with the Vajra Mudra. And you will take it clockwise. As soon as it's transforming in a clockwise, you bring the new energy, your body is transforming into the vast awakening, like a Buddha nature. I am a Buddha. You can feel like all the teachings of the Buddha, all the nature on reality. This is me right now. Feel it in the moment. And then you take a refuge to the Dharma. Dharma is the truthness. We take a refuge to Dharma means also Dharma means also the wisdom. Wisdom means the Manjusri. We take a pose of the Manjusri, holding the Prajna Paramita text, wisdom text, and also the hold the sword cut through with our illusions. And that coming from the compassions. So Avalokiteshvara, which is loving kindness, that's into Sangha. And we embrace all in ones with the compassions, the wisdoms, and enlightens. I am one, I'm a Vajradhara. And then with this, my body, with the suffering body, pray through world, health, heavens, I bow to everyone. So that's what we do it 3 times. Guru Buddha, Guru Dharma, Guru Sangha Tathaiva Cha, Guru Vajra Bharasyaiva Dasmai Sri Guruve Namo Guru Buddha, Guru Dharma, Guru Sangha Tathai Pacha, Guru Vajra Dharasheva, that's my Sri Guru Namo. Guru Buddha, Guru Dharma, Guru Sangha Tathai Pacha, Guru Vajra Dharasheva, that's my Sri Guru Namo. Now to everyone in the world. So same way we do 16 offering dance. 16 offering dance is really, really important for the life, that I can say, because in the emotions and the natures and the awakenings and every instrument, every little things, they have a how you can train your brains and tuning the brain basically. That is about the 16 offering dance. So you tunings that are like into your whole entire body, because they have they use the little tool, and you have to be embody that. So make you embody. Once you can do it, that embody to awakening that tool, then it's make a transformation happening. And that's also help. There's in the 16 offering dance, it's very common in Nepal. It's like every ritual you have to perform more than 3-4 times in a 16 offering dance in the ritual part. And they have two bits in this. One is like taking actions, and then taking action will be offer the present that actions. That is about the 16. So there's also the 5 Buddhist mantras being in it in the 16 offering dance. It will be repeat. So Wum, Hum, Trang, Ring, Ah. That's the syllables mantras of the 5 Buddhas. Also, that is the also mantra, also the chakras of the 5 chakras in a body. So that's why, and then every vibration, it is changed like what do you call that as? Like they made the design thousands of years. So how you can train your mind, it's like even like the tiny little part, how you can make the distinctions, making feel. So that's it's about the 16 offering dance. For example, like I played a bina, lute. So you feel like you playing and you just listening yourself, and also that you playing for the other people. Feel with that, And then once you come to the other part, it's different. The emotion is different because you don't play with it is like it's a joy and a happy. So, and the drum play with the emotionally, and a little drum is like the luxurious way, dry way. And then you have me to be serious, seriously you play with us. And then they honor and respect those 5 elements or 5 instruments as the offerings, as the power planet. And that's my singing offering to them too. And also my dancing offering to them too. Then it's come with the 5, with the flowers, the incense, and the incense and the butter lamps and the perfumes, and it comes along with that. So this is about the 16 offering dance. So 16 offering dance is designs to bring in all the sensibilities what we need to work on as the Buddhist practice. That sensibility to create it, that's why they bring it that 16 offering dance as the practice, as the offering. Also whenever you're offering, especially in the Tantra, if you practice the Tantra, if you practice the main deities and the center deities, you have to be very sensitive way. You cannot just like, oh, I'm offering the flowers, you know. You have to be really careful. That's what's in the tantra. It's like you don't fool around with this. Every little mistake, it's a count. Every little things you done, the awareness, it is count. So that's why you have to be really careful. That's why they made it the 16 offering dance as the center deities of the mandala. So first things, same things what we do is like a cleansing, negative thought, negative mind, negative concept, and it's spelled in the ground. And then we raise new energy and enter with the energy, same thing. And then as soon as you come down with the bina, with the we play the bina. So feel like you have an instrument here, and it's the strings. You play with the mudra with this. So you use this mudra. Can you use also middle mudra? You can use, or you can just roll with the strings with here. But the bina, they play with the lute bina, and then come with the Vajra Bamse Tran with the flute. So make sure that you have a stick with the flute each here, and its mouth goes in the balance with this. And Vajra Bamse, and then Vajra Midangeri, the drums, like you played with the big drums, like in a powerful ways with us in big drum. And then come with a small drum. It's just more like a joyful way. It's making move with a joyful way. But the Muruje are. And then so we take a circle, last sehu with a symbol. It's a little serious. Timing is really important. So you make sure that in the right timing. So that's the last sehu. And then it's come with the Bajmale drum with a flower garland to offer. And I'm offering with the singing. So when you're singing, it's like a twist from the mouth, and that sounds go like the vibrating all around there, and then dancing there. And then it's come with the offer the flowers. So learn from the Tina about the rolling flower. There's many different way of creating the flower. You can make the flowers in a different way. Rolls with the hands in a many different way, but simple way, just blossoming with this and across it and offer with this. Vajra Puspehu. So, and Vajra Dupetram. Dupetram is the right hand in the front, rolled with this, and then you hold the smoke. So shake it a little bit and go to smoke up part. Vajra Dupetram. Then come with the Vajra Blokiteri with the butter lamp. And offering, always like a left hand is always supporting. Anything in the Buddhist tradition, you don't give this way. You never give. Left hand, forget, you don't give anything with the left hand to anybody. So always like whenever you do, it's make it that offering with this. So one hand is supporting butter lines, and then it's come with the right hands and offer the perfumes with this. So with the ring finger, we offer with this. And then it's come with the Vajra Darpani mirror. You take a circle and self reflects in yourself. And then come with the taste. We take a taste, drinking taste as a Vajrayagini pose. And then we touch with the Achavi Buddha pose, touching art pose. And then in Dharma Garbe, we go to deep meditations with the wounds to go in the deep. And then the end again, Om, we do. Om. Lutz Bina. Vajra Bine. Flute. Vajra Bamse Tram. Drum. Vajra Midange Ring, small drum. Vajra Muruje, symbol. Vajra Lasye, garland flower. Vajra Male Tram, singing. Vajra Gite Ring, dancing. Vajranite flower offering. Bajra puspe hum, incense offering. Bajra dhupe tra, butter lime offering. Bajra balokite ring, perfume offering. Bajra gande mirror, self-reflection. Bajra darpane hum, taste. Rasa bajre tra, touch. Sparsa bajre ring, meditation. Dharma dhatu garbe Okay, we're going to do get up and dancings. We're going to do a little bit change. Let's see. Good. Okay. Let's do the refuge dance. First, let's wake up. After sitting for a long time, it's a good starting with this way. It's the outer body to awakenings and inner part body to awakenings with this. And then the heels with the spine to awakenings. And the arms with the belly to awakenings. And then balls with the chest, lung, and liver. And then toes, all the senses. And then we make it bang. And take it out with whole bodies. Sounds and good. And then paddle. Okay, so clean up. Go away. My health. Okay, so I may go to do the 3 different directions. So 3 times we get to the refuge. So I may do the 3 different directions. You don't need to do so. First, I'm going to straight. I'm going to corner and back in the 3. Guru Buddha, Guru Dharma, Guru Sangha, Guru Vajra, Dharaschiva, that's my Sri Guru Guru Buddha, Guru Dharma, Guru Sangha, Tathai Vacha, Guru Vajra, Dharaschiva, that's my Sri Guru Sanghateva Guru Vajra Dharasheva Tasmai Shri Guru Guru Buddha, Guru Dharma, Guru Sangha, Tathai Vacha, Guru Vajra Dharasheva, Tasmai Shri Guru Namo. Okay, everybody. Okay, 16 offering dance. Flute. Vajrabam se drum. Vajrangangeri. Small drum. Vajramujaya. Symbol. Vajralasya. Garland flower. Vajramale from sing. Vajragite dancing. Vajranitya flower offering. Vajrapushte incense offering. Vajratupe from Vartama. Vajra Balukikeri perfume. Vajra Gandeya mirror. Vajra Darpani kiss. Rasa Vajri from Sparsa Vajri Dharma Dhatu Gardeya. Okay, one more without giving word, translating. I'm going to do this side right now. A little bit. Vajrapam Setram Vajramidamingeri Vajramujaya Vajralasya Vajramale Vajranitya Vajrapushte Vajratupe Vajra Vajragandeya Vajradarpani Rasa Vajritra Dharma dhatu gardeya. Good. Okay. Okay, anybody have any questions?
Roger, most of the students they are not very sure about the taste pose and the dancing chaturanga pose. Would you like to do it and make clear how to do
Which one?
the dancing pose and also the taste?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So dancing pose is like you're making the grounding, standing, and then right hands go outside above the head, and then the dancing pose come with the legs here. You go, it's a knee, touching to like kind of like a touch to the knee with this. So, but it's so that it's you touch to the heaven, touch to the earth with this, and then three bhangas here. So left hip and the head in the left side, and then it's touching. That's one. That so it's this one. And then yogini is like you make sure that it's a heel to heel straight, and then one like the left feet, it's grounding, left feet grounding, and you make it the swings with this and then your eyes between two hands. So you don't keep this way in a tradition. So we just keep making it that way. It's you can see in both hands. So basically you swing with the right hand, go under with the left hand, and come with the pose with this. So left feet, squatting left feet, and make a move down and roll it. Then stay with this. Good? Got it? I can see anybody, so I can't see anybody. Okay. Any other questions? Let's
The refuge dance, the Avalokiteshvara position,
Yes.
is it second finger and then
Second finger. The first, what do you call first finger, second finger, this finger.
and then the head, the other side when you open this, is the head tilting this way?
Yes, this is from the heart. It's come from heart, and then you pass on through the heart to give others. So that's basically right side, even head in the right side.
Thank you.
Good. Okay. Any other questions? I'm very far away from computers and camera, so just wait a second. Okay, so anybody have a question? So we're going to now it's other mudra is dedication mudra. So we just sealed whatever we done it. We rolled with this hand and then make it that sure that you will get it, and then bless. It doesn't go anywhere, and then we hook so it doesn't tighten. We bring it in to the inner part and transform into your blood in the air, in the mandala, and this transforms into the wisdom so all can share it. Ja humbaho, fem, badran kusatsa, badra pasori, badra putobam, badram besho. Oh, offering goddesses in this refuge stance. If we did any mistake with the reciting, chanting, and praying and having anybody, if we did any mistake, or mind goes in different directions while our sections is happening, anything happened during our section, please forgive us, please forgive us, please forgive us. Having anybody, we all can give a benefit for them. Please help us for benefit for them. Please help us for benefit. Please help us for the benefit for all sins and good. Om Sarvamangala. Good.
Thank you, Pedro. Thank you very much. Very fruitful, day.
Okay, thank you for joining. So we have a
Thank
nice
you, teacher. Thank you.
Thank you.
we have a closing night ritual here. If people want to join, you can join. I'm going to close the temple here too. So it's about the 10-minute rituals here. Close the temple. You can join. If you can go, you can go. So okay. We take a bath with a little water, purified. Now we're going to take a little rice, and we're doing the mandala offerings with this. Chaturadam Vayiru Mosobidam Naradam Samakinu Takenu Tak Guru Guru Dharma Sangam Vetsatali Vadam Nirakavan Sampurnarakam. Arati, what to do? Netra Dirat Gordon Kosa, Narajipeda Chitapara Parma, Prika Prepar Mohala, Timarajan, but the gate to the home, but the Netra Gordon Kosa, Narajipeda Chitapara Parma, Prika Prepar Mohala, Timarajan, but the gate to the Mother Depending Paticheshwa, Netra, the Bodu Kosa, Narajipeda Chitapara Parma, Prika Prepar Mohala, Timarajan, but the gate to the Paticheshwa, Netra, Bodu Kosa, Narajipeda. And we take a little light to bless your eyes. So they come. Yeah, that's good. Now we will chant the Paramita chanting. This is a 10 Paramita chant. Dharma Swale Samudaka Buddha Dana Balati Gatana Ratima Dana Balu Senchashuya Sitaja Karunika Esha Kuranta Dishanta Viva Valena Samudaka Buddha Viva Balati Gatana Ratima Viva Balu Senchashuya Sitaja Karunika Esha Kuranta Dishanta Shanti Valena Samudaka Buddha Shanti Valati Gatana Ratima Shanti Balu Senchashuya Sitaja Karunika Esha Kuranta Dishanta Now we do the final chanting. Little rice. Let's send you rice a little bit for everybody. And final chant. Bande Sri Vajrasattva Gunaguru Sarvabhudam Bhavantam Narupam Jitatrimayam Miram Mirasantam Dharma Dharmya Jinaguna Subhadram Mandalam Vajrakatyu Sarvanandakalpam Paramasukhyam Denam Mochetu Ajnanandakara Tilanam Satyam Mondakara Kalikalo Kamlo Tanrasmi Jnana Prakasa Paripuryavidhanam Sri Vajrasatam Sesam Namami Yasmi Sra Srinalaya Vidato Bhakoma Kongashroi Hasnadi Sana Pradimadiranam Sri Lokaram Sanam Samprami Buddham Sri Lokaratam Surimidum Parasam Sarvinam Jiram Tam Viram Tam Sarvapuni Dharma Santam Krishna Mundakara Kalikalo Kamlo Bhagivantam Tamande Sakhi Prabhusa Savatalamaya Vinkaram Samnatakanani Mosna Amoka Pasanama Lokanatanami Manki Vachani Parmanita Timidhati way Sarvata Lechati Dhamdhatu Namaste Nastare Prede Ustare Venesam Tresava Prekale Swankaram Sadharma Pundarikacha Salaviki Gunasagam Samantabhadra Sastaram Sakti Chinamanu Om Bhagavad So, Honorable me, Baba Sarvasiti, me, the Sarvadharma Chitani, Chitri, who Bhagavan Sarvadharma Pasuman, Ma Sami Satro. Sick. We've been praying for the sick and then who've been died. We've been praying for their liberation.
For those sick, Jasper, Wendy Hunt, Padma Lakshmi, Karen Shita, Jody Apple, Michael Sterling, Marie Claire, Alex Fisker, Rocket, April Myers, Gina Harris, Quan Hunt. May you find quick healing. Long life. For those past, Kathy Ross, Andrea Sule, Sanjay Frank Elliott, Anita Shakya, may you find a rebirth in that. Very bad period.
Good. Okay. So have a wonderful, everyone. So we'll see you. Thank you, Tina. So wonderful. We'll see you again.
We would like to meet you every month for one time, at least. Normally, every month, may we have one class from you as a Christian.
Sure. Yeah, we'll make it that. Yeah, once a month.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, discuss with you about the time and date. Yeah.
Great. Okay. Thank you. Keep dancing. Keep dancing. We'll see you. Yeah. Okay. Have a good day.
好好啊，大家今日學得係咪啊？你走咗啦。
係啊，Tina 老師多謝你 organize 今日個 class 啊，好好啊。
係啊，有 revision 啊，同埋 Dharma talk 嗰度其實好重要㗎，應該要聽多啲啊。所以初佢講好多嘢啦，大家未必即刻吸收得到晒啦嚇。咁啊，總之一路 carry on，佢有時有啲唔同嘅活動，佢都會即係有啲地方會係再重複啊，咁啊，大家都可以聽翻啊咁樣咯。好，咁啊，係咁多咯喎。咁下個禮拜
唔該晒 Tina 老師。
下個禮拜
係啊，我覺得聽完啦，佢咗
要離開嘅可以離開先嚇。阿 Rebecca 講啊，影相。好 Project 老師頭先同大家，我哋幾個影咗先啦嚇。
拜拜。
頭先 Project 老師有幫我哋全部人影過嘅，咁我影一幅啊。不過我呢度OK，望住 camera， 開3攝。OK，very good。好，等陣 send 翻俾你哋。好。點啊 ？Rebecca 你講咩啊？
好，拜拜。
係
咯，冇嘢，我覺得聰明咗啫嘛。
聰明咗，一定。你嘅 wisdom 走翻出嚟。Teresa 點啊 ？Teresa，
我覺得好有用咯，即係同埋加深咗嗰個知識咯。咁我16宮就即係佢講得又好清楚咁樣，即係因為我啱學咧嗰日，咁所以佢又做咗一次咧，咁我就 easy 啲咯。我都有即係我唔知你，因為我譬如我喺 screen 我都有影佢嗰個呢個咧食嘢嗰個咧，我有用個 screen 用個電話影一影嘅，即係 make sure 我做到呢個動作咁樣咯，係咯。即係我自己係啊，我有 record 或者佢唱嗰啲歌咧，因為佢係即係咁，我就即係我都有攞落佢嗰段音嗰個唱歌嗰16句嘅，咁變咗我 make sure 我唔會噏錯嗰啲，即係唱嗰陣時唔會講錯唱錯咗咯。
佢啲音走地。
即係但係點解佢啲噏啲字咧，應該會即係佢係
係啊，因為咁聽歌有時都未得聽得清楚，
係啊，
有啲回音啊，又未必聽清楚點。你望住你自己嗰個 test 啦，嗰張紙啦。
嗰張會係啊。
好啦，咁啊嚟到呢度啦，我要上堂啦。
Thank you。
OK，拜拜。
唔該晒 Miss。
好，結束嚟，應該係。